Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
It's an okay podcast, episode 6. Are we 6 deep?
No, this is 5.
Hey. Hey. I'm your host, Samelia.
I'm your other host, Corinne Grace.
And I am the third co-host, Elizabeth. Make sure you follow us on our social medias. You can keep up with our podcasts on Spotify at It's an Okay Podcast, as well on Instagram. Button where you can see in the tagline, you'll be able to find all of our pages where you can follow each of our page individually.
Welcome, Min Conmigo, Jamba.
What?
I'm from Michigan.
Are you cussing at me? What are you saying? Minka Minkle?
It's about to be a what? A girl fight.
What is Minka Minkle?
So, Min Conmigo.
Then Conmigo. Oh, okay. I thought you were like Minka Minkle. Anyway.
I'm done with you, okay?
Yeah, girl, I'm done with myself, trust me.
So today's episode is a very special episode. Oh my God. Okay. Today we're going to have a pop culture episode. So we're just going to be talking about all the hot tops.
Not all the hot tops.
Soups excites.
What's the hot gossip? Oh, you girls seem so young.
I'm a cool mom, right, Regina?
I'm going to make you girls a hump day treat.
Happy hours from 4 to 7. So it's getting, I don't know if it's the weather is similar where you guys are, but where I am, it was a little chilly this week. So you know what that means?
Pumpkin spice lattes.
Pumpkin
But
spice season.
No, it's cuffing season. Woo!
Oh, girl, Beth said something about coffee. I thought y'all was talking about coffee.
I thought you were talking about coffee.
Days. Can we? Okay, first of all, I don't have no boo. I'm not gonna have no boo in anytime soon. I'm freaking lonely. All right. So Can we talk about pumpkin spice lattes?
Damn.
Sure. So I'm super. What's your favorite drink from Star?
No, I just want to say that I really am excited for pumpkin spice season, and I've been going to Dunkin'. I go to Dunkin' a lot, and every time I go, whatever. I'm gonna say it. There's this guy who works there. He's so nice. Anytime I'm like, can I just have like one munchkin? They usually give me like 5 or 6. Like sometimes they give me like 11. Like they just throw the whole thing in there. I'm like,
this is ridiculous.
It's so sweet though, because I always want a donut. I always want a pumpkin spice donut, but they're always out. Even if I get there like really early, they're always out, and they just give me munchkins instead. So anyway, cuffing season.
Can I just say that I've never had a pumpkin spice latte? Just want to put that out there.
They're okay.
I'm like a warm chili mocha kind of girl. You know, I like a Mexican hot chocolate with an espresso.
Yeah. That's honestly, that gives me Christmas vibes. Like not as fall-y, but that gives me like warm Christmas vibes.
Ooh, I'm dreaming of a warm Christmas. Never heard that song, but I'd be down to listen.
It's when you're cuffed up next to a fire with your boo, drinking a hot chocolate.
Do you guys know what the Webster? How do you guys define cuffing season?
Girl, don't get me started.
I don't participate in cuffing season. I never have.
First of all, I just found out that I was. Listen, I'm so hurt. I'm butthurt. I was at the pool and I was with our guy friends, and there was a guy there that I had had intimate with or whatever. And I don't know if anybody else really knows that, but they do now. Anyway.
Okay.
So they were all talking, and I'm like sitting there talking to them, and I'm kind of just like listening, and they're like, yeah, my man, talking about the dude that I hooked up with, they're like, my man's got a mad roster. He's got mad girls on the line, and his head is like down because he's like, what the fuck? Like they're blowing his whole spot up, and I'm just like, hold up, you mean tell me I'm a fucking bitch warmer? I ain't even in the first string.
I didn't even know cuffing season was like, I heard it in like songs, but like, no, they have like whole graphics out.
They got whole rosters.
Yeah, no, there's like a timeline. So, okay, first of all, Merriam-Webster did
Not
make
Merriam-Webster.
Yes, it's made it into the lexicon. Cuffing season refers to a period of time where single people begin looking for short-term partnerships to pass the colder months of the year.
Oh, okay.
Corey's like, oh, I did that last week.
No, ma'am. Like I said, what I was saying before was I went from super lonely to in a long relationship to super lonely. Like, I don't like people. What makes you think I'm going to be cuffed up with you for a short amount of time? Like, that to me sounds good in theory. In practice, no.
Well, oh my goodness. There's a whole philosophy behind this. So scouting takes place between August 1st and August 31st. And then drafting is in September 1st through September 30th. Tryouts, I'm not really sure what tryouts entail. That's October 1st through October 31st. Preseason is November 1st through the 30th. Cuffing season itself is actually December 1st through January 15th. I'm not sure why January 15th is relevant.
Because you gotta break up during so have you guys never heard that thing where during like any kind of holiday, so you break up with them like right before Christmas, so you don't have to get them a gift. You get back together after the holidays, and then you break up with them again in February. Most of the time, some people use it as like the playoffs to like decide if they're actually gonna have a boo or not before they
January 16th through February 13th is the playoffs.
Yep. And then you either get dumped right before Valentine's Day because they don't got to get you either they're going to get you a gift or they're not, because it goes straight into summer, which is then where you hoe out.
Interesting. And championship game day is February 14th. So if you make it to the championships, you mean to tell me that by the summer you got to start this whole thing over again? You don't become like a franchise player on the team?
If you make it to February 14th, I think that you make it to where it's like you're either cuffed or you're not. You get thrown back out. So if you get dumped before the championship game, that means you lost.
You're like a free agent.
Get back over.
Like if you were to compare it to like the NBA, you'd be like a free agent.
Yeah, you ain't get signed, son.
Oh, you're unsigned, not a free agent. You're unsigned.
Find a new team because they don't want you.
This is deep. Yeah, Corinne. I'm not really a fan of the cuffing season sport. I'm more of a soccer girl, personally.
Did you say a soccer girl?
I'm a soccer girl. Yeah, not really a cuffing season. It sounds intense. I don't understand. What do you do during tryouts?
Do you really want to know?
You just talk to people. You like figure out.
That's not what it sounds like Beth was going to say.
Well, to me, a tryout would be so right now, I feel like maybe I'm not experiencing cuffing season because it's just like, I don't think I'm a casual dater like that. Like I am, but I'm not. Like I said, it's in theory, but not in practice. So right now I'm talking to maybe like 3 or 4 people on like a dating app. And like, if we can have a conversation for like multiple days, like if we make it past a day, that to me is the tryout. And then after that, like we might exchange social media or numbers, and we might meet up and like hang out. But like, I'm not gonna not still be talking to those other people. Like we're not dating. So that to me, that just sounds like dating to me.
Well, that's the thing. You have to make sure, because some people call talking.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's like a big deal because like talking to some people is not the same. Like for me, talking is like, oh, we may be hooking up and we may be like just texting the waters. We're not committed to each other. Dating is like we're actively going on dates, but we're still not exclusive. Like we're out here in the streets, like not really out here in the streets, but like I'm still like, we're not exclusive to each other. So like if we're dating, we're just going on dates. And if I'm cuffed and like that's wifey or hubby, that means that like I'm not seeing anybody else. Like we've agreed to remove ourselves from the scene.
Yeah. I'm like, either we're together or we're not.
I've put my eggs in one basket before and it just bit me in the ass. I feel like for some people, I feel like you have a really good like personality way of where guys are like drawn to you and they like stick like moths to a lamp. Me, because you're grounded, right? My energy is chaos to them. So they're not sure because I'm not outwardly expressing if I like them or not.
Right.
because I don't outwardly express until I know that you outwardly express and that you care. If you don't show me you care, why the hell am I going to show you I care?
Right.
You're not about to play me. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah, I do.
So, same with you, Corey. Corey gets trips. Bitches be taking her on trips and shit.
Okay. Oh, whoa. I'm telling all my business.
You're a boss.
I'm very, very fairly new to like dating. So this is just like very interesting.
I'm fairly new to dating. Gets taken to like the VMAs, VIP, like showered in gifts. Meanwhile, I've been in this dating game. Niggas are like, you want a quarter? You get some bubble gum off the machine.
Well, look, sometimes a bitch just want to fuck, you know?
Wow.
So maybe we could just switch places for a while, because it seems like I'm living your fantasy and you're living mine.
I'm not fucking. So.
Liar. Fucking liar.
Well, I'm just gonna, I'm good where I am.
Shut up, Sonelia. I'm so damn lonely. I hate you motherfuckers.
We literally talk. I am there for you, girl.
What the hell? I want to be kissed in the mouth. I want someone to passionately kiss me in my fucking mouth. I haven't been kissed in like 2 years. Never been kissed. Josie fucking Grossi, girl.
I'm not Josie Grossi anymore.
I am Josie Grossi.
I mean, even Josie Grossi wasn't Josie Grossi forever.
Yeah, and even Josie Grossi got with the hottest person.
PSA out there to all our listeners: stay safe this cuffing season.
Stay safe, because it ain't playing out here.
It ain't.
Welcome back.
So right in time for cuffing season, there's new music. Woo!
Wow.
So the biggest, I think I don't know. For the rest of the world, the two biggest releases were Drake's album and Kanye's album.
Certified Lover Boy and Donda.
Donda.
Did you
Donda.
Did you guys listen to both albums?
I started listening to Donda, and when I got to the Donda chant, I said, yeah, I'm turning this off.
That was the first song.
Exactly. I said, Kanye's on that crack tonight. Not listening to this.
Tonight. R.I.P. that. Hey.
He was trying to immortalize his mom in this album. I was like hearing people say this is a breakup album, and I do feel that. I feel like it's a breakup album, but I just felt like, from what I know of Kanye West, like being a former Kanye West fan of like Kanye West music, this felt a little like unorganized and all over the place and had no real direction. So for me, it was like kind of sad, because I'm like, dang, I truly think Kanye is very talented. Yeah. And so for me, it was like especially an album that was supposed to be like kind of like an immortalization of his mother. So yeah, I wasn't all the way feeling it. I started listening to Drake's album, and like halfway through, I was like, I don't care what he has to say. Like, I love his party songs. Like, I think there's a reason why Too Sexy is the biggest song from that album, and it's because people love when Drake turns up.
Yeah, for
sure.
Yeah,
people love a good like turn up Drake song, and so
it's a bop.
Yeah, I think for the both of them at this place in their career, people want to hear more hype turn up stuff. Like, I think people definitely want to hear the personal stuff, right? Because like, yeah, I love Industry Friends. I love like when they're talking about I love them throwing shots at each other, honestly, because like, because we can all relate, right? Like, we can all be in a position where like we have been in a place where we don't feel like people are being real with us, and like the people that we expect to have our backs the most are the ones who are plotting on us the most. Like, we can relate to that, but I don't know. I think it was just I wanted to hear more turn up. Personally, yeah. I wanted to hear more turn up.
Well, that's why I really liked Fair Trade. I think that's probably my favorite one right now. Because he was like, I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, this sounds like a fair trade. I mean, that's what happened. You're welcome, guys.
Not you're welcome. Who are you learning this from? Is it me?
Is it me, Jesus?
Is it me, Jesus?
Yeah, like I liked Fair Trade. I feel like this is how I feel with both of their albums actually. I'm like, the cream will rise to the top and that's what I'll end up listening to. The ones that make it to the radio play,
Exactly.
or into TikTok. That's probably how I will listen to their songs because I tried to listen to Kanye's album. Again, like I have an appreciation for Kanye West as an artist, but like I also can acknowledge that he is very problematic in a lot of different ways. And so I think that when I'm listening, when I wanted to listen to his music because I've enjoyed his artistry in the past, but I was just listening to it and I'm like wanting, it's like when it's like, we're rooting for you. Like you're listening to it and you're like, I really want this to be good. I really want this to be good. And I'm just like, and there's a lot of songs. So after a while, it's just like, just turn it off. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then for Drake, like it's a lot of his stuff just feels like, just feels kind of
fall short.
I thought, yeah, just kind of falls short. So
not giving.
whatever makes it to the radio or TikTok, I will listen to it then, and then maybe I'll like it better. But that's where I am with it.
That's such a mood.
I listened to it when I woke up. The day that it dropped, I woke it was like that day I had my eye emergency, and I was just such in a calm mood that I listened to it. And like, No Friends in the Industry, I like that one. I think that's a bop. But I just think it was going to be one of those ones where everybody was going to attack the No Friends in the Industry in their like freaking Instagram picture bio. Like Drake's songs are good for one thing and one thing only: to turn up when you want to get drunk as fuck and when you need some Instagram captions.
That's true. Oh, one thing about Kanye is that I'll just say this real quick before I forget. I liked that Jay-Z was on one of the songs. I was like,
that was nice. It's a nice reunion.
Yeah, I was like, if we could be friends again. Maybe not like they were before. Because I really like Watch the Throne. Like,
yeah.
Dude, like Watch the Throne was, listen, excuse my phrase while I'm in France. That was let me tell you something. That album, like, that was when I was in North Carolina playing soccer. We were crazy about that album. Before we go out, that's the album we would play all the time, like over and over.
Yeah. I listen to it now. What is it? I can't stop. This is something like a Holocaust. That one, I don't know what it's called. Who Gonna Stop Me? Why I Love You, like Prime Time, all of those. I listen to them regularly. Like they're legitimately on my playlist.
No Church in the Wild. Yeah, one of my favorite songs like ever is Diamonds from Sierra Leone.
Yeah, and mine too.
I was actually listening to that song last night, and like, the part where he's like, and even if I die, he's in my will somewhere. It's like, like that was a real like bond. That was like blood bond,
Yeah.
Like, and it's so crazy, like, to see something that.
Damn, Kimberly. You had a foot. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Not her being Yoko Ono, but it's fine. It's nice to see them be reunited and him have like some good guidance, because I feel like that's.
Does anyone see sorry to cut you off. Does anyone see the conspiracy in like him reuniting with Kim on the last day when the album drops? But the whole time he's got to make Jay believe that he is not going back to his wife, right? And then on the last day of the album, and then everyone's like, that's why Jay-Z is like mad again. It's like, bro, he finessed him into coming back on this album. Like, bro, I swear I'm done with Kim. I swear I'm not bringing her back. Like, just do this album with me. Does a song with him and gets back with her.
Well, I think.
Go ahead, Corey.
I think Kim and Kanye's love is very real.
It is.
And so I think like when you're in a relationship with someone you have, how many kids have? 4? 3 or 4 kids with, like, I don't actually think it's as easy as people make it seem to leave someone. And I think most of this album is about how he's like struggled through Kim. Like a lot of his feud with Drake is Drake being like, I crept down to go right.
Made it right.
Yeah. And like, it's on, and that's rumors, Kiki, it's like hard when you love someone, but like someone else is fueling rumors that like they're not faithful to you. So I don't think it's really a thing of like, I think if he were to ever be like, I am done with her, I think he actually probably believes that. And I think if he goes back to her, I think like it's just how relationship tangles go.
Yeah.
But I also think it's weird that she was like in her wedding dress. Like I thought that was very strange. I didn't get that artistically at all.
because I felt like they were never actually. I think that that was a part of a PR. I think it was a PR stunt. The Kardashians have been very good, and with Kanye West, they've been very good to me, in my opinion, in the media with promoting themselves. Because a lot of my friends tell me I should be in public relations. They get you talking about this divorce, which keeps you on their radar. Then there's rumors that there's going to be an album drop. Okay. Now you're not only focused on the divorce, you're focused on that. So you're constantly searching them. The more hits they get, the more traction it builds. The more traction it builds, the more money, the more revenue. So now you're just the talk. Everyone's talking about you. They're not even talking. It wasn't until Drake was like, yeah, I'm about to drop CLB that it became an issue. And that's why Kanye rushed to put it out before.
Well, I thought that I agree with what you're saying with PR, but I thought that they were like holding their albums because they didn't want to release theirs first. Yeah. So like the reason why Donda was delayed, I mean, he was still working on it. Clearly he was living in
he wasn't even done when it was released.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wait, what? He wasn't even finished when it
was released? That's what he said. He said that his label released it without his permission.
Because he was holding on to it.
Yeah.
Waiting for Drake to drop his album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't good. Like, no offense.
But so there was this one verse apparently of Andre 3000 on one song. I don't know which song it is.
It was the one Mourning His Mom. Is the one.
Yeah. But they said it's like some of Andre 3000's best work. And they pulled it because Kanye Andre 3000 is not about like drama. He's about like, like his third eye is open.
Yeah.
So,
wait, he's not about it now.
No, he's not. If you listen to his raps, like one time he was featured on this Kesha song, Get Sleazy. And like his rap is like, we started out so cute and our baby pictures that mama bought for our daddy so that he would remember. I'm like, we want to shake our ass and you are talking about
Yeah, he is like a conscious rapper.
Yeah.
He was on a song and his verse is apparently like amazing. But when he put his verse down before Kanye put his verse down, and then when Kanye put his verse, he made it like about his beef.
Drake.
Yeah, stab at Drake. And so Andre 3000 pulled it. He was like, I don't want to be a part of that. And they're like, it's like some of his best work.
Yeah.
So I don't like that they've made this like beef be so like
in the art.
Like, yeah, it's like, well, no, like if you can like use your like frustration, your anger, and you can translate that into your art, but I feel like it took away from the art more than anything. Because neither of the albums are like certified, like, they're not like amazing albums that I will go back and listen to.
Right.
And so I'm just like, you missed a real opportunity, guys.
Right. I would have loved to see Kanye immortalize his mom for real.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to name an album after her. You're going to have an intro saying her name. I would love to hear
like
what I would love to hear the stuff she actually inspired. Like his early stuff was like very inspired by his mom.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's got it in him. Like even like Hey Mama, obviously, but like when you hear him like Roses,
yeah,
like that song, I'm just like, oh my god,
yeah, that's one of my favorite songs.
Mine too. I'm like, Kanye, I think that's why like I still will take the time to listen to his music, even though I know he's problematic. Because I'm like, I know that within you is this just beautifully thoughtful artist who's so talented and has revolutionized music, and just the sampling skills on this guy, period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way, like, no one else, he can take something old and make it look brand new and different. And so and
have everybody in the industry copying.
Correct. So I just hope he, can get his mental right and just
work on it. I feel like he should release another album, like really soon. Release the album he wanted to release. I want to hear it. I want to hear the album that you said you wanted to release.
My thing with him is that, yes, I feel like he is this creative genius that everyone says. However, like y'all are saying, like, I feel like I don't think he should have released the album this year. I'm be honest.
Because of his mental health?
I just don't think I've heard like College Dropout. What the hell? What is Donda?
Yeah.
No shade. Literally every other album he has, even his mixtapes when he was doing like Good Music Fridays. Yeah. Like, even that, it was just.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel like, sorry, I don't know if it's, and I'm not blaming the pressure of becoming a parent, because sometimes that's a lot. You have 4 kids and you're trying to also like do your dream and run a household and be a husband and be a celebrity and be a friend. It's sometimes, and when you're already struggling mentally, that's a lot, you know? And like, I don't want him to lose sight of his talent because he's clouded right now. Like, do you remember when you were like, we were talking that one day, you're like, no, for real, I woke up one day and it was just like, oh shit, like I'm here.
Oh, me?
Like, huh?
You talking about me?
Talking about Smelia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Smelia. That sounded like.
Oh, sorry, it sounded like Corey. But yeah, you know, and I just feel like he might be in one of those like fogs where it's like, you're just kind of going through the motions, bro. Like, you need to like do something, find your happy place, because what you just put out, I'm not gonna lie, I have always been like hype behind his. I was so disappointed in this album.
Yeah, I'm like, can you like unrelease it?
Oh no, not unrelease it. Honestly, that's a real thing.
No, that's because I'm like, I feel like it messes up. I mean, I won't say it messes up. It's a part of his journey, right? But I'm like, every other album, even the ones, was it Life of Pablo, where I was just like,
yeah.
No, that album is so good.
Yeah,
that album is so good.
Yeah, sorry. Beautiful morning.
That's such a good album.
I just want to be liberated. Like,
you can't put that next to this. And you call this one, you're calling it Donda, like the most important person in your whole life.
And it's Don Trash.
Anyway, let's wrap this up.
Moving right along.
Our next topic.
So Aaliyah.
More Than a Woman.
This is the album that I was waiting for.
This is the album that
this is the album I've been waiting for what, I don't know, 20 years?
Yeah.
Like, because I was like in high school when Aaliyah died in a plane crash. It was so sad. And I loved her music before, you know, like Are You That Somebody? Classic.
That is classic.
One in a Million? Classic. All of that. But when she came out with her self-titled album, Aaliyah, like that, it was like
so many hits.
I don't know if Static Major was the main producer on it, but like the sound is timeless. When I tell you I've listened to that album nonstop from the time that I got it in, you know, whatever year that was, 2002 or whenever, to now, and it still sounds like music that could be played on the radio.
Right.
Like, that album is like, independent of all of her other, like the rest of her catalog, that album was just so special. And then so you like see this artist grow, and she's like at the top of her game, and then like she hasn't even reached the top. She's like on her way, you know, like I can only imagine what her album would have been like after that one.
Right.
And so for her to like pass away tragically, and then, you know, all the information that we have now about, and the people knew then, but I wasn't keyed into that at that age. Just the abuse and mistreatment that she had like lived through in her life. You're just like, oh, Leah is such a beautiful soul. So I don't know. I'm so happy that this album is on streaming services. I'm a little bit I'm a little bit torn because I feel like her family, like her estate, didn't want it out. They didn't want the catalog released, but her uncle owns the masters and he's the one who released it. And so I feel like a little bit torn. So I don't know if there's a way I can like burn it onto something and then stop streaming it, because it's such a good contribution to like the musical catalog of life that I just needed in my life. But I feel bad about the fact that it's like she's still being exploited in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm very happy to hear the album, and she was like such an inspiration. Like, we thought she was so old, like as a kid, because I was like a very, very young when she passed. And like I saw people talking about this today, like she was 22. Yeah. And we thought she was so old. And like I say this all the time, as a 27-year-old, I don't know anything. And so she was like, to be that talented at 22, like she was really truly just getting started in her life. And I know she would have been just capable of so many things, but a majority of me is excited that her album is out there, because there's so many young artists who are going to get to experience what we got to experience. As like, I remember standing in front of the TV when Are You Somebody, when that video like premiered, that like, Chef's Kiss, one of the best videos, honestly.
And then you got to spend the rest of the year watching me learn the choreography.
Y'all used to make me do that daggone baby noise.
Oh, look at you! You still got it, Corey. You still got it.
No, that was better at the beginning. But yeah, no, I'm excited for younger generations to experience
what we got.
Yeah, the talent of Aaliyah. She was truly, watching her speak in interviews, she was so funny. She was charismatic. And she truly was a breath of fresh air. And I'm like happy that people get to experience who she was. It is very sad. And I really do wish that people could, I wish that her mom and her brother could get something from this. Yeah, because they deserve that. And I think that's the real way to honor Aaliyah. But I'm very excited because honestly, I have been waiting for this moment since I realized that she wasn't on streaming. I've been waiting for this moment.
Girl, you know all the effort I was going through to get this on.
Yeah, you were going through real efforts. She
was like, have you seen my Aaliyah CD? I was like, girl.
She was.
No.
She did the same thing to me. It was like 3 weeks in a row. She's like, are you sure? I'm like,
we're not doing this.
Call me back when you got it together, boo.
No, honestly, if I explained, okay, so this is the thing. I literally would watch, there's a YouTube video. And the YouTube video is the whole like self-titled Aaliyah album. And I sat and screen recorded each song, and I would stop after each one. Then I would airdrop it to my computer.
Not you illegally pirating.
I didn't distribute it to anyone. So.
Yeah, she wouldn't even distribute it to me.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to risk that someone would take this from me, so I'm just gonna hold it. I would airdrop it to my computer and then convert it into an MP3 through GarageBand, and like that's how I was listening to it. That's when you have a problem, because that's a lot of effort and it's a long album, so it's not like it was a quick thing. I'm so happy that it's on streaming services, and rest in peace, Aaliyah.
R.I.P. Yeah, rest in peace. Thank you for your contributions to music. I'm so happy that we get to like forever celebrate her.
Yeah. You guys.
What's the next topic? What?
The next topic is, did you hear about Rihanna suing her dad?
I think he was suing her.
No, she was suing him because he probably countersued, but he was making money off of Fenty. And like, I'm like,
it's his last name. He sued her because he was like, it's my last name.
She sued
him.
And
I should be making money off of it. I think he sued her first.
No, she sued him because he I guess was selling stuff and using Rihanna's name. Like his last name is Fenty. Right?
Yeah.
He was like pushing stuff out and saying it was Fenty. Because it is his last name. But come on. That'd be like me being like, all right, I'm going to sell things and say that it's under the guise of Corinne Grace.
If your name was also Grace, that would make sense.
It's a family name, so.
It's not. Corinne Grace is not a family name.
Mom, you.
Corinne Grace is not a family name.
I'm talking about the Grace part.
Okay, but if it was just Grace, that's one thing. But like,
okay, it's Judge Tola. Like,
my thing is, I'm not agreeing with Rihanna's dad, but what my thing is Fenty is his surname.
Yeah,
he gave it to her. So if he's going by Fenty and she's going by Rihanna, which is not even her name is Robin. If she's not going by Robin Fenty, she's going by Rihanna.
Drag her!
Like, I'm not saying, I can't say that I'm like, is it messed up that her father thinks that he deserves something of hers? Yes, that's messed up. I'll never advocate for somebody feeling entitled to somebody else. But is she all of a sudden using his last name to make money? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel a little bit torn on this because, for one, I'm not an official member of the Rihanna Navy, but I love Rihanna. I just love her energy, what she embodies, what she stands for.
I get it how I live it.
I live it how I get it. But I just think that, like, it is his name, right? So I don't necessarily think he's entitled to anything, like Corey said, but I think it's a tricky case because she's suing for like Fenty X, like, or that's Savage X, but like Fenty Beauty, right? Yeah. Like, his name is whatever Fenty, right? So how can you copyright something that's also mine,
right?
And not break me off a cut,
right?
So,
or have the discussion with me beforehand.
Correct.
So what you're
and
telling me is
get my consent.
I can copyright our last name and then take it to the bank.
Go for it, girlie. Not in my brand. It's not affect me. But I also don't know the relationship between Rihanna and her dad, and I think that
it's
probably
not
also
good.
that's also probably a factor. Because
I don't think he was very present.
And that would put me back on Rihanna's side because I'm like, because he wasn't even there.
He wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
But then also I would not use the last name of somebody who was never there to support me. I'm not trying to tell Rihanna what to do, and I don't care to. I really don't. But I'm saying, like, if my dad's last name was Smith and he was never there, my name is now Corinne Scott.
Oh gosh, not you rebranding.
Or if I use Smith and my dad's last name was Smith, I would Smyth. I'm not using your last name. I would find a way to make it different. Right. I mean, obviously you don't know what you don't know. Like, she didn't anticipate her dad coming back all of a sudden and trying to get a piece of the pie, but
it feels a little bit like predatory, the fact that he's like coming back when she's rich, right, and like, let me get a piece of the pie. It's like, bro, you weren't here.
Rihanna did say, I got the sauce. I'm saucy.
What does that have to do?
I'm so confused.
With absolutely anything, ma'am.
Well, I never like to see people, like, that's part of the reason why I could not watch this. Random, but that's part of the reason why I couldn't watch Real Housewives of New Jersey after a while, because there was a family, and the family was being torn apart on, like,
waking up in the morning thinking about so many things.
I'm not talking about the Giudices. I'm talking about
I just wish things would get better.
I'm talking about when the Manzos were up there. So it was like Caroline Manzo and Dina and like Jacqueline, and they were like legitimately family, and they were like tearing each other apart. And to me, I just don't think that's how family should be. So I feel sad for any family that's going through like difficult times where they're not seeing eye to eye, because like your family can be your biggest asset, and it's really irreplaceable.
Or your biggest ally. Just depends.
How do you see asset and ally? Sorry. You mean like your enemy? Yeah, I'm an enemy, not ally. Yeah. So yeah, I just think it's sad to see like her and her father in conflict like that. I hope that they're able to get to a better place.
Or she's able to just cut him off like 2% and him leave her alone.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking too. 2% of $1 billion, like just write him a check and be done with it.
Yeah,
a smooth 2%. Well,
Corinne, the VMAs are coming up.
Woohoo!
Literally in like 20 minutes.
I'm on my Instagram right now looking at MTV posts. Everybody's Rihanna, Lord. Normani showed up. She's in this cute white number that's like this 2-piece white, kind of like double-breasted crop top blazer, and then this white skirt. It looks really good. And Olivia Rodrigo is there. We love this new pop punk queen, little princess. Her outfit's very cute as well. It looks rockstar prom. So I'm very excited. I'm excited to see Normani perform. I'm excited to see Chloe perform.
She's doing Have Mercy.
Yes, debuting her new song Have Mercy. I'm very excited to see it.
If the performance is anything like the video, is going to be hot.
I have a confession.
You haven't seen the video.
I have not.
It's, I'm not like a stan for music artists in general, like, but it's really, really good.
It is very good. I'm looking at the MTV's Instagram right now. Chloe and Halle have showed up. They look so good. They're not matching. And I just love like Chloe and Halle's career trajectory. It's probably one of my favorites to watch because it's truly a cultivated career.
Yeah.
Meticulously planned out. And I love how like they didn't have separate Instagrams. Like
at first. Yeah, that's right. They were Chloe and Halle.
Yeah, and that was it. There was no separate brand. And then when Halle went to do her movie for Little Mermaid, they created their separate Instagrams and they started to kind of come into their own, and you got to see them as individuals. But I love that they built the brand of Chloe and Halle together up so strong that it didn't really make any, for fans who actually pay attention, it didn't make a riff when they created their separate Instagram.
Although there are people that are trying, because I just saw a really sad tweet that one of them posted, and it was like, which one's the one that's she's the one that's performing today?
Chloe. She's a Cancer. She's the oldest.
Okay, so they're both Cancers or twins.
No. Hallie's an Aries.
They're not twins.
No.
Girl, I'm shook as shit.
They're like 2 years apart.
Yeah.
They're like you guys.
I thought they were twins this whole time.
No.
Shook. Well, somebody went and wrote.
They're twins on their TV show.
On Grown-ish.
So that might confuse people.
No. So somebody went and like tweeted and they were like, Chloe is the better
Hallie.
sister. And Chloe shut down. She was like, you guys are so sad in your life that you can't even like stand to see two people actually genuinely love and support each other. Like, stop trying to pit us against each other. We support each other and we support everyone. Like, don't do it.
It was Hallie is that younger sister that your mom forces you, that annoying younger sister that your mom forces you to carry, like, hang around. And it was the difference in their responses. You could tell, like, Chloe's a Cancer and Hallie's an Aries, because Chloe gives this like heartfelt, like, we love each other, it's genuine, and Hallie's like, and what about it?
What about it, Miss Samantha? I'm just screaming because I like had no idea. I thought they were twins. I'm shook. I learned something new today.
The more you know.
People do pit women against each other very, very easily in this
That might
industry.
need to be another episode, because we've been talking about that, especially in the music industry recently.
Yeah.
And I love seeing how like artists are shutting it down.
Yeah.
Like,
I started the trend. I'm playing.
You tell them, girl.
I started the trend because nobody was speaking up. No, everyone was just letting it fall by the wayside, and I was like, "I'm making a video."
Went straight. You said, "I'm going straight Thanos," and out.
But you want to know? You want to know one artist? You want to know one artist that I'm appreciative of in there? Another artist outside of you that's doing it. Maybe it's a Cancer thing. I don't really know. But I feel like Saweetie, because like, she was one of the people that talked about how there's mistreatment based on how you look, and so. Even she recognizes it, and she like, I mean, she does say I'm from the Bay, which is sweetie, stop saying that. But she was one to bring attention to the fact that it's like colorism does exist, and she knows that she has pretty privilege, is what she called it.
She got the crap end of colorism, because colorism favors you until it doesn't, just like racism does. It actually like benefits no one, because when Saweetie was trying to get in the game, people were like, are you here because you're talented, or are you just pretty? So she dealt with a lot of people doubting her because she was benefiting from colorism.
Yeah.
She didn't have to try as hard. So people were like, but you didn't even have to try as hard as get to here. Like, are you even here because you're talented? And it's like, wow, y'all the ones who put me in this position. You put me in this position to criticize me. So she has experienced the downside of it. And I feel like that's why it's more like, she's more of an advocate, because she's realized like that actually benefits absolutely nobody.
Correct. Ari Lennox is another one. So like they were talking about how someone tried to big up Ari Lennox by putting down Chloe, and Ari was like, no, delete this. This is hateful. Like,
because it affects her too, because then people are going to start going in on her, which
they do. So I don't know. I love to see it. I think we should talk about it on another episode.
But I'm excited to watch the VMAs tonight. I'm excited to see performances again.
My favorite part of any award show is the outfits. So I'm gonna look at MTV and see what the outfits are. I've seen Little Nas X's dress. It's purple.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
It's giving me very like Prince vibes with Lil' Kim.
Ooh.
I'm getting Prince with Lil' Kim as well as Sexual Chocolate.
Okay.
Chocolate.
No, literally.
I could see it when you said that. It is. Yes.
It's
like
giving
Let Your Soul Glow.
Yep, Soul Glow mixed with Prince.
Yeah. It's giving me yes, I'm getting Lil' Kim, and I'm getting lots of James Brown.
I'm getting Jackson 5.
No, I'm getting James Brown. Like, I'm getting Rick James. That's what it is.
Rick James. Yes.
Rick James did not have a Jerry curl.
She's talking. Well, yes, you're correct. He did not.
But he had soul.
Just let your soul.
James Brown had a Jerry curl.
Can you end the episode with a rendition of a Soul Glow?
Absolutely not.
It's Sexual Chocolate, everybody.
Wow.
Well, this has been a really good episode.
Yeah. Submit to us some more pop culture topics that you guys want to hear us talk about for our pop culture episodes.
Yeah, I actually got some people that have sent me episode ideas, so stay tuned for those.
Also, I want to say, Kim Petras is the first trans person to perform on the VMA stage.
Wow,
is that happening tonight?
Mm-hmm. She has probably some of the most popping songs.
She does. That's what I'm learning.
Yeah, but people don't know it's her.
I had no idea that there was a person named Kim Petras at all. So I'm really shook. I'm Googling this person right now, and I probably will go and listen to their songs because, like the last one, I think the Heart to Break. I think I do know what that one is.
Yeah.
I know the Malibu one. I really like that one.
Yeah. She's really talented.
Oh, she came onto the carpet with Paris Hilton.
Oh, guys, they're both like that's hot kind of girls. They're both like I'm from the hills kind of girls. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see the performances.
Me too.
Yes, take notes because I'm going to be quizzing you on this tea that we're going to bring to the next.
Oh my gosh, not a quiz.
Not a quiz.
Not a quiz. Ciao.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Hope you guys have a great time. We'll see you next Monday.
Follow us at It's an Okay Podcast on Instagram. Stream us on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Bye.
Bye.